When we talked about this little addict in training and brought him or her through this whole process of early life, family particularly, and messages that came out of the family, we ended up with family issues of shaming. I believe that everybody that gets off the elevator to come into treatment, to get help, to live in some kind of solution, comes off the elevator with a core of shame. And the core of shame is, I don't matter, I'm not important, I have no value, you're more than me, and I'll stand back and I'll defer because everybody else is more than me. I'm less than. And being in this process of putting down these substances that interfere with your clarity, interfere with your seeing, and being authentic, being genuine, being whole. Because I think in this process, by the time you get here, you've left pieces of you strewn around. And what we're moving towards is coming into the land of addiction, and there's one-way door into the land of addiction. And then coming into that second state on the land of addiction, because there are only two states. One is the active state, the other one is the state of recovery. And the state of recovery is so rich, very comfortable, and you start to experience healing. So healing happens when those foods that promote obsessional thoughts and compulsive eating are eliminated. So that's your freedom. Not freedom to use substances anymore or to go back to those substances that create the craving. A freedom that allows you to say, no, I'm not going to hurt myself anymore. I'm done. I'm going to start taking care of me because I now start to experience my preciousness. New behaviors around food are developed. You start to follow a plan of eating because you come from a place of, I came from that same place, not knowing what to eat, when to eat, or how much to eat. I always thought I knew what to stay away from, sugar. So what did I use as a substitute?
Caffeine.
Caffeine was in there, but what did I use as a substitute for the sugar itself? Because I knew how bad it was. All the artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
That was one of the hardest things that I had to let go of. And again, I don't say I did not give it up. I let go of it. Because it was my choice, my decision. No one took it from me. I'm always very, language I think is very important, what we call things, what we name things. So the idea of letting go of all this, it's a long list that I had, letting go of all these substances was my decision. I didn't give them up. Give them up implies somebody is telling me, you have to do that, and you shouldn't do this, and you say, no, I learned. Same thing with cigarettes. I was an inveterate, I was 4 packs a day. Love to smoke. Who's with me on that? Love to smoke. And when we talk about it in those terms, it's a misappropriation of that experience and ability to cherish something, which love implies. We don't love nicotine. We're addicted to nicotine. It translates a little bit into this cherishing, but it's not. Your ability, you've heard me say this, your ability to experience the love for something or an experience is extraordinary. It's part of your spirit. And to attach it to something like equal or nicotine or cocaine is a misappropriation, because we have that amazing ability to experience that warmth and a little heart flutter for a child, for a parent, for a partner, and to misappropriate it towards these substances. Love sugar. Anybody love sugar here? It diminishes that your ability to have that experience towards something human or an animal. It's addiction. Addiction goes way back to the beginning of man. So healing, the commitment to be absent requires this little person to find new ways to manage feelings. Because why did we initially learn to use the food? Does food medicate, anesthetize, numb out our feelings? So this is really making a very big commitment, or having willingness to experience all your insides, instead of wanting to abandon them and demolish them. That's the big deal, because that also requires us to connect with other people who will hear us. But since we've been isolated for so much, we don't talk about this. The belief is, and I believe this comes from our family, the belief is no one wants to hear it. No one wants to listen. And we should get over it. Don't be such a wuss. Don't be such a baby. Unfinished business is resolved. This is about healing. And the debris has to be eliminated. The debris of what you've done with the alcohol and drugs, yay. Now the big debris, which is really on the same level of the alcohol and drug, of the food, hopefully it's on its way as you learn about it, for you to banish it from this kingdom that you're trying to create for yourself, to live in. So unfinished business is resolved. That's the going back to the source of the wound through therapy, 12-step work, allowing it to be cleaned out so there can be a real healing from the inside out, while staying committed to not using food as a Band-Aid over the feelings. Coming out of this family that we've been talking about, and experience of the war zone of the family, so we're wounded. And what have we learned to use to put over the wounds? It's great to use the expression of a Band-Aid. Food works for 2 seconds or half an hour, and then you got to go do it again.